Hi there everyone, what's happening? I hope all is well, and I have one more very interactive and a very beautiful chess game to show you by the legendary Bobby Fischer. So this chess game was played in the Havana Chess Olympiads from 1966, and Bobby Fischer's opponent was Jacek Bednarski, who was the chess champion of Poland from 1963. A pretty tough nut to crack. And Mr. Bednarski passed away in 2008, the same year when Bobby Fischer passed away. Bednarski was 69 years old and Bobby Fischer was 64 years old when he passed away, the same number of the squares of a chessboard. So, okay, let's see. This is from the Havana Chess Olympiads, like I said. Fischer has the white pieces and he starts the game with e4. And we have the Sicilian defense. And we are going to the Najdorf variation of the Sicilian defense, and bishop to c4 is known as a Fischer-Sozin attack. So bishop to c4, which Bobby Fischer played this many times. This is why it is known as Fischer-Sozin attack. So e6, bishop goes back, and this is one of the moves that Bobby Fischer liked to play. He liked to place his bishop on b3. So developing the knight and then f4, knight to c5, chasing the bishop, and Bobby Fischer is sacrificing material. He pushed the pawn f5. He wants to open some lines. So we have capturing, accepting, and then capturing. But isn't this just allowing queen to h4? So black is going for the throat. Queen to h4, and Bobby Fischer is blocking g3, but black is immediately attacking knight takes on g3. Is Bobby Fischer on the ropes? Or was this a premature attack? We are going to find out very shortly. So obviously you can't capture the knight, because if capturing the knight then queen takes rook. But there is a very standard defense, an easy defense in this position. So attacking the principal attacker, knight to f3, attacking the main attacker, which is a standard defense. So there is not going to be any double check after moving the knight. So if moving the knight, we can capture the queen, and this is attacking the queen. And black has to be careful, because if queen goes away from the h-file, which is not going to pin the h-pawn, we can capture the knight. So still pinning the h-pawn and hoping for the best. So the h-pawn is pinned, we can capture the knight. We can't. I mean, if we capture the knight, then queen takes rook. But it is white's turn. Bobby Fischer says it's my turn to attack. He takes on f7, moving the king, and then rook to g1, a very important move. So saving the rook and controlling this semi-open file. So knight goes back and then getting in with the knight. Knight to d5. And there is an important threat in this position for white. Bishop to g5 is going to be a very annoying move. And where is the king going? If king goes up, then knight can check the king, which is going to fork the king and the rook. As you can see, it's looking pretty dangerous already for black. So black captures the very annoying passed pawn. Queen takes on f7 so that the king can escape after checking the king. Checking the king. So king moves, escaping, and then checking again, blocking. What else? But then white has a very strong move. Can you see that move? Very simple move. Knight to f4, of course, the bishop is pinned, and all of a sudden white has a monster attack. So the bishop is being attacked for 3 times, and black is defending for 2 times. The bishop is pinned. So I'm pinning the bishop, but this position doesn't look very safe for black, of course. So it looked like Bobby Fischer was on the ropes, but all of a sudden Bobby Fischer gets the initiative. So it looked like black was attacking, but now we can say that black is getting attacked brutally and white has the superior position. So especially after castling from the queen side by Bobby Fischer. And I see knight to e5 threat. So if knight to e5, that is going to fork the king and the queen, because this d-pawn is pinned. So let's evaluate this position. I mean, black haven't developed the bishop. The king is in the center, which is exposed. It doesn't look very good, and the rooks are not connected. So 100%, million percent, white is much better in this position. So what else? Actually, this is a pretty difficult position. You can't move the king, so you can't move the bishop as well. Moving the queen, but this position is losing. Can you see why? It is white to move. Basically, white is winning by force. Okay, bishop takes bishop. Very simple move. Knight takes bishop, and it is white to move. Now, can you see the idea? Can you see the reason why Bobby Fischer captured the bishop? I mean, why bishop takes bishop was a very strong move. You have to see these tactics. It is going to be beneficial for your chess play, of course. Now it is white to move. Guess white's next move. Actually, white has a very strong move, and after that move, defending is going to be extremely tricky or impossible, I should say. Okay, did you see the move? Queen to e4, of course, and there are multiple threats in this position, attacking the knight and also aiming on b7. We have g6, but what happens if capturing the knight, let's say, then queen takes on b7 is a very strong move. And this is the only move because of the bishop covering the escape square. Also, I mean, if king would go up, of course, that is also attacking the rook, and that is impossible, of course. But then there is a very important move. Consider this as a very simple chess puzzle. You are going to check the king with the rook, but which rook? D rook or the G rook? Can you see why? D rook or the G rook? Of course, you are going to check the king with the D rook, because basically black is getting checkmated by force. Of course, even if you would check the king with the G rook, that is going to at least win the queen and the game, of course. But in this position, black is basically getting checkmated by force, and now knight to h4 is going to be checkmate. If you would check the king with the G rook, it would not be checkmate because this is also defending the bishop. A small chess puzzle. Okay, anyway, so in this position, queen to e4 is most definitely a killer move, and black has no defense, so g6, but it is white to move. Which move is the best move? So if checking the king, maybe knight can block, but there is a better move. Can you see that? And that is simply knight takes on e6. Sometimes the most simple move is the best move at chess. And after this move, black is toast. Black resigned. Black goes down Chinatown. Let me show you the possible continuation, because if capturing the knight, basically black is losing by force. Queen takes on b7, so eliminating the defender of c7 at the same time. So only move and then pinning and winning. Rook from g to e1. And that's how easily Bobby Fischer defeated the chess champion of Poland from 1963. Okay, so this chess game was played in 1966. I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time with more interactive chess games from the history of chess. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.